This is my second time down here. I like coming down here. It's fun. Like, I live in LA. This is cool. I'm just happy to be back at work again because I was non-essential for a while, you know? I was non-essential, so anytime I get to go to work again, it's like a blessing. During the pandemic, I had to get a real job because I couldn't do this. So I got a job delivering weed. You're welcome. That's a job where I live. It's a dope job, dude. Everyone's happy to see you. It's awesome, right? Yeah. No pun intended. That's good. I didn't even notice that. Thank you. It's a dope job. That's pretty good. I didn't even think about that. That's good. So I got a job delivering weed. I knew I was only going to do it for a little bit, but it was very bittersweet for me because you guys will learn this in a second. But when I was a child, my father went to prison for possession of marijuana. Yeah. So now here we are, fast forward 30 plus years later, I have a job legally delivering marijuana. Yeah. Except I have a paid vacation, 401k benefits. Yeah, for the same thing my dad went to prison for. I'm like, Dad, you should have waited 30 years, dude. You ruined your life. You ruined your life, what?
You're a better drug dealer than your dad.
I mean, or that. You're right next to me and I have no idea what you said. Here's a fun story. So a couple months ago, I got a small part on a television show. And it's always cool when you get a part on TV, but the thing was, when I got the call for the audition, it was to play a marijuana delivery driver. I'm like, oh, like, I got this, dude. I've been studying for this role my whole life. Like, I got it, right? I walk in the audition, nail it, obviously, right? A couple days later, I get a phone call, the casting director, he says, hey, Peter Sturz, I'm like, yep. He's like, oh, I'm just so-and-so from the television show. Just want you to say, you know, you got the part, congratulations. And I'm like, sweet, can you still be available? I said, yeah, of course, I'll be there. And then when I had him on the line, I was like, hey, while I have you on the line, just between me and you, stroke my ego a little bit. I nailed that audition, right? Like, I nailed it. He's like, yeah, I mean, you did great. I gave you the part, obviously. He's like, but, you know, between me and you, one of the reasons I picked you for this part was because I remembered a couple months ago, you delivered weed to my house. I know. I'm a method actor now, dude. What's up? What's up, Daniel Day-Lewis? So I told you guys my dad went to prison when I was a kid for marijuana. Not good because fast forward a few years later, my dad ended up going to prison for selling meth. Way worse, right? Yeah. My dad went to prison for selling meth. I call him Breaking Dad. You guys like meth jokes? Cool, I got some more. Having a dad that sells meth is a lot like having a dad that sells Herbalife supplements. Yeah, it's very similar, except the stuff that my dad sold actually works. I know it's true. So growing up my whole life, my dad gave me a really hard time for being gay. Kids call it bullying now. My dad made fun of me for being gay, which I think is kind of funny now, because not gay. It's not that funny. Now, like everything I did when I was growing up, if it wasn't sports, I'm an artist, so I would be in drama. Anything that wasn't sports, though, my dad would make fun of me and say that I was gay. Like, for example, I'm an amazing dancer. I was in my high school dance team. My dad used to make fun of me for that and say that I was gay. He caught me making out with my best friend Mike one time. He said that I was gay. No, I'm just kidding. No, he didn't catch us. But so my dad was in prison, right? And so whenever I would go visit my dad, fun fact about my dad, he also smoked meth, which is not good for you, okay? So whenever I went to prison to visit him, I would always find him. I'd be like, hey, Dad, who's gay now, dude? Yeah. Because he lost all his teeth smoking meth. I'm like, I don't know what he did in there. You know what I mean? You guys grown a lot in Escondido. Yeah, like I would, like for example, right? I love going to gay clubs. Thank you, whoever said that. I love going to gay clubs for a number of reasons, but my dad would make fun of me for that. I'm like, no, Dad, you don't understand. I go to gay clubs to pick up on the straight girls that are there. If you're a straight dude and you're not going to gay clubs, you're missing out, dude. That's where the straight girls go so they can have fun. They know they're not going to get hit on by a bunch of horny dudes all night. You could be the one straight dude that ambushes those chicks when they walk into the gay club. Yeah. Yeah, and they're gonna think it's so cool that you're comfortable enough in your sexuality to be seen at a gay club. They will have sex with you. You're welcome. I've done the research. Done the research. Also, here's a fun fact. If you go to a gay club and she says she's a girl and you can still have sex with her, it still counts. It still counts, right? She says she's a girl, she's a girl. Don't be weird in 23, Escondido. There's a girl, you guys might not know this, there's a trans model in Victoria's Secret now. Her name is Valentina Sampaio. She's so hot. She's hotter than like 99% of the biological women I know. I look at it, I'm like, I don't know how far along she is in the process, but I would be willing to find out. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. So I go to gay clubs. My dad used to make fun of me for that. Whatever. My dad got out of prison, obviously. Eventually, well, not obviously. You guys don't know that, but I would still go visit him, right? And I would like to mess. He was getting out like shortly after we went to visit him this last time, and just to mess with him, I walked in there. I was like, "Hey, Dad, which one of these dudes in here is like, you know?" Like who's your girlfriend in here? You know what I mean? Like, which one of these dudes is it? And he says, "Son, we don't rape guys in here." I was like, first off, it's prison, dude. I've seen the movies. I know what happens in here. He says, "No, we don't rape anybody. We have broads in here." I said, "Dad, nobody uses the word broads anymore, dude. What are you doing? Can't say that anymore." But then I'm like, "There's girls in here?" He's like, "Well, some of the inmates in here, they dress up like girls. And they're prostitutes, so all you gotta do is give them money. You get to have sex with them. We don't have to rape people in here." And I said, "Dad, it kind of sounds to me like you're here having sex with dudes." Like for the dude that used to make fun of me when I was a kid and say that I was gay, it sounds like you're in here having sex with dudes. My dad says, "Hey, if she says she's a girl, she's a girl." I'm like, "What, dude?" My dad got woke in prison? What? I'll tell you two more stories about my dad. So he was in and out of the legal system. Like he went to prison, got out, and one of the last times he got locked up, my brothers and I have two younger brothers. We went to the jailhouse to pick up my dad when he was getting out, and then the police approached the car that we were in because we looked suspicious. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but that's police code for Mexicans in a car, okay? And that's what we were. So they're taking our ID and everything. Well, it turns out one of my little brothers forgot that he had a speeding ticket he got a speeding ticket and he forgot to go to court for it, so now he has a failure to appear warrant. Okay, so here's just a life hack from me to you, Escondido. If you have a failure to appear warrant, don't go to jail to pick someone up, dude, because they're gonna take you to jail. That's what happened. We're sitting there in the parking lot. Yeah. We're waiting for my dad to get out of jail, and at the same time, they're taking my little brother to jail, okay? My other brother starts crying. He's like, "Don't take our dad, don't take our dad." I'm like, "Hey dude, shut up, let me handle this." I talk to people every day, like, let me handle this, right? And I said, plus, we're doing a prisoner exchange right now, and you're not gonna mess this up for me. A prisoner exchange? You guys ever want to do one of those, like in the movies? Dude, I was like, this is awesome. I've been waiting my whole life for this. The only thing I regretted was that I didn't have a black bag I could have put in my brother's head and been like, "Go, dude," you know, right? Like an episode of Homeland or something. So my dad walks out of the jailhouse, notices that one of my little brothers is missing. He says, "Where's your brother?" I said, "Dad, we traded him for you." We traded him for you. That's how they do it now in America, dude. If you let a Mexican on the street, you have to take one off. Those are the rules. I don't make the rules. But I'll bring it down for a second. So true story, my dad, RIP, he passed away during the pandemic. Thanks. Not because of COVID though, he died because he smoked too much meth, and there's no vaccine for that, so. But, like anyone else, if someone died during the pandemic, everyone was asking me, oh, how'd your dad die? Was it COVID? And I'd have to say, no, he was a Methodist. It's a good one, huh? One more. So, I told you guys I go to a lot of gay clubs. You guys remember there was a mass shooting at a gay club in Orlando a few years ago? Okay, that one hit close to home to me because I've been to that gay club. I've been to Pulse nightclub before the shooting happened. Like, I've been there, and I was watching the news, and like, it got me because I could have been there that night, you know? I could have been there. Heaven forbid, I'm just having a good time in a gay club, and then there's a mass shooting, you know, and I die. And then my dad is watching the news, and he sees my name on the obituary, and he's like, I knew he was gay, and I'm like, no! What'd you say? Okay. That's weird. Let's do this. You guys ready?
Yeah.
So,